after the post. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. And I am going to be playing a little battle royale again today. The stream on yesterday. Uh, I mean, it went okay. I mean, I could have done better. Obviously, I didn't. Towards the end, I kind of trailed off and didn't do so well, but I had fun. It was a good time. So I'm going to go ahead and play it again. Kind of feel like it's been like kind of hit or miss on how well I do. Sometimes like I can do really well, and then other times like it's just garbage, just 100% garbage. Uh, so yeah, we'll see how it goes today. I'm not really hoping to aim for anything like goal wise as far as like how well I'll do. Like, oh, I mean, let me walk that back a little bit. I'm always striving to do like love to get top 10, top 5, win one. But if I don't, I mean, it's not the end of the world for me. But I'm always trying to win. But um, I just know that it's a video game, and if I don't win, it's okay. Um, so yeah. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Um, Day was pretty long, pretty cold out there, so that was usually I go for a walk after work, but today it was just so cold. Ugh. Um, yeah, I saw Tom Brady retires. I should say retires, like put air quotes around that, because like he did that last year. He says he's done this year, but you know, I'll wait until the 2023 season rolls around, and if he's still at home, um, not playing, then I'll believe it. Even greats like Brett Favre, they came back like multiple. It seems like they came back multiple times. Um, Played through the Vikings, the Jets. Um, yeah, so it's I really, you never know with these guys until it's like it feels like until you're done with it, like you've gotten like multiple seasons away from the game, and it's like, oh, 4 or 5 years have passed, and it's like, oh, okay, you're retired for good. um, yeah. Anyway, let's see if there's anything else noteworthy. I mean, there's always stuff that's going on in the world that's something to talk about, but sometimes I really just don't feel like I could really give you know really concise or meaningful topics to talk to, or stuff to say, other than like simple stuff. So I really don't want to dive too deep into things that are you know uh, outside of my wheelhouse. And most of the time I'll probably talk about sports if I'm on live, or movies. And uh, I feel a little inadequate to talk about topics that are maybe controversial uh, uh, or traumatic. I mean, I don't feel like I've got enough uh, depth to say, oh well, this is this, and this. This is how I feel about this, and this. And give a real meaningful answer that's gonna be not rambling and stuff like that. So, um, anyway, so yeah, there's nothing. Uh, Saw Marvel. Obviously there's but tons of promotional stuff going out for Ant-Man right now. Uh, we got that's coming up in a couple weeks. Well, pretty much by the mid middle of February, the 17th, I believe it is. So there's tons of little promotional things coming out. Heineken, they just had a Heineken beer commercial. And then I just saw Volkswagen had their own little, no pun intended, not because it's Ant-Man, but they had a little spot on Instagram of a video about one of their vehicles, and Ant-Man was normal size, and I think it was Wasp, or maybe his daughter, it was inside the vehicle, shrunken down. So it's kind of fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm a fan of Marvel. I'm a fan of DC, even though I'm not I feel like DC universe has kind of gone off the rails. I don't feel like they really ever had a solid footing as far as like the storytelling and where they were headed with their universe. It kind of seemed like they started out with had a strong entry with Man of Steel when that first came out, and then it was just kind of like after that it just kind of was like, well, I guess sure we should probably make some a competitor to Marvel. And then we get all these properties, but it's like then they end up coming out with, like, to me it seemed like not a lot of quality content. But probably some people will argue that even Marvel's the same. There's not a lot of quality content, but they, at least to me, have a cohesive story that's, is kind of like structured well. Whereas DC kind of seemed like they were kind of just putting the puzzle together or trying to figure it out as they were going along. So. I don't know. I'm excited, but a little not maybe pessimistic, but not jaded. But I just want to I'm a little, I guess, skeptic. I guess skeptic's probably the right word, about James Gunn's vision and direction they're going with the new DC content. I like the fact that they're kind of doing, like, there's this element of animation where it's going to be a mixture, like, so if the person who plays the animated version will also be the live action version too, so there's some consistency. I think that's kind of nice. I think that's kind of cool, and I think, I think that helps them tell stories that are a little more maybe a little more far-reaching as far as what you can do technologically, visually. You might be able to tell it better on an animated scale, and it might be a cost savings thing or two. But I'm interested to see where they're going. I like seeing that they have he's kind of got this section. The first kind of chapter is called, I think they're doing 10 years worth of chapters. So the first chapter is called Gods and Monsters, so that's kind of neat. And I'm sure he's learned a ton from working with Marvel, working under that umbrella, as far as structures and stuff like that. And I think he'll bring in a different take and a little more edge than what to DC than what he could do at Marvel. But I'm interested. I'm looking forward to Swamp Thing. I think that'll be a fun movie. After seeing Man-Thing and Marvel's Werewolf by Night series, I was like, it's so cool to see kind of those characters that are not they're not the standard, super strong. They're strong, but they're not just a muscular human being. They're an odd character. I like that sort of stuff. So I think it kind of gives a little bit of break. Breaks up the monotony of just seeing super strong humans. You get to see this other worldly being exist and be a hero and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. The only thing I kind of take issue is I really liked Matt Reeves' Batman movies. Movie, and I'm sure I'm going to go ahead and predict that this sequel is going to be great. But it kind of feels like, he talked about how there was this sort of they're trying to build this cohesive storyline, but yet then they have these properties that are outside of that DCU structure, and I forgot what he called it, but he called it something that was like, you know, DC other basically, and it was like, so to me, why not try to build that world into in that Matt Reeves world into your current DCU plans or something? I don't know, but maybe it's for the best that they just keep it separate, you know. But it still seems like if they want to be consistent and they want to have consistent storytelling, then have a single Batman versus like multiple. But it is what it is. Like I'm sure it'll be great either way. But and maybe they'll have that tie-in with like the multiverse. So yeah, and supposedly I guess like the Flash will reset the whole universe as you know, so that we don't have that. Basically, it kind of wipes out the existing canon, if you will. I don't know. I think that's interesting. It's kind of also a little odd because of like how much. What's his name? The guy who plays Flash. I know. I think it's Miller. I think his last name's. I can see it on my I can see it. It's a little like it's kind of like with all of his legal troubles. It's like, how much faith can you have in putting into somebody who's going to be like, who's in these constant, seemingly legal issues, and it's like do you like, to me it's almost like, do you separate yourself? I know they built so much into that. They had already filmed so much of that movie, and I think they already had it completed when he has problems. But it's like, I mean, I don't know. That sort of like worries me as like fan, because like I just hate seeing like character or actors get replaced, and it's like just because like that continuity. I don't know. I'm kind of more of a continuity guy. I like that sort of consistency, but it is what it is. Like, again, at the end of the day, like, you might hear me say that a lot. It is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna be mad if he ever got replaced, or you know, because I mean that he eventually will. I mean, everybody steps away from their roles from time to time too, but but you know, I just like that sort of like, okay, you got the same person each time. I don't know. Anyway, let's get into this, because I think I might be rambling here a little bit. Yeah, probably a lot. Also try not to talk in this, because my microphone carries over into the actual game, so try to stay quiet. Little Red Bull.
this time to practice. We will be deploying soon. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Preparation is done. Now you deploy to the war zone. Gas is approaching your position. Move to the safe zone. Target set up. Get to work. Enemy dropping into the AO. Gas is inbound. Hostile airstrike near your location. Strongholds located. Targets are marked on your attack map. Enemy UAV overhead. in. Relocating the safe zone.
Bastards.
Enemy UAV active. Gas is closing in.
One requesting recon at this time.
Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the AO. UAV is bingo fuel. RTB at this time.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. Got gas moving in. Black site is secure. All clear.
I need mid-caliber rounds.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. All stations, escape brake is active. Heads up, escape brake is active. Gas is moving. Enemy soldier incoming.
Target area marked. You're cleared hot.
Copy. Longbow 3-1 on approach. Strike inbound.
Remain. Solid work so far. Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone. Less than 25, we're still standing. They hit us hard that time, but we will settle the score.
Sometimes. Maybe I'm wrong, but it kind of feels like to me like that there's more opportunities for that surprise attack when you got solos versus if you're in a trios, because it's like, I don't know, it just seems like you're able to sneak up on people a little bit better in solos. Because most people, I mean, obviously they're going to play with their mics off, so and you just got to get that right angle and boom, done. The person on the ledge, man, I feel like they should have had me there. Like they had the perfect shot. I don't know what their deal, like why they didn't take me out. I'm fine. I'm happy that they didn't, but you know that was such a great angle to be at. They were at an elevated position. I don't recall, like I remember that there was a couple people that had dropped in. There was the dude that dropped in right on me at the loadout box, and then there was somebody just a little bit further behind him. I don't know if that was that same person, but to me, they should have had the upper hand. And you know, if you're getting beat up pretty bad, they had plenty where they could have just ducked behind cover. I think, you know, I feel like they could have ducked down and, you know, fought to live another day, or even maybe escaped or found a different route. So I really don't know what the deal is with all that. I mean, I don't know, but it's all good. Like, it's fun. And then at the end, that dude with the dude on the ATV, like, I don't even know what that guy was doing. Like, I know I suspect that I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to run me over, but it's such a terrible turn radius, and it's like that vehicle is such a small hitbox to where you can hit another person to where you can take them out. If he was in a car, maybe, or an LTV, maybe he would have had a chance, but he would at least been more. They would have been a little bit better protected if they were an LTV, and they could have gotten probably that back and forth to where they could have hit me or moved on. Like, I think they only had to get off the bike because it was about ready to blow up. So yeah. Anyway, it was fun. There's just announced, like, I just saw this, looks like Ozzy Osbourne, he's just canceling his upcoming tour and stopped touring because of health concerns. So that's hopefully, you know, I know he's getting older, so it's kind of, I mean, it's probably for the best anyway. He's done so much already on the music scene. It's kind of like, enjoy your time off. That's what I gotta say about that. Hopefully can enjoy the rest of his time in good health, and get better.
Warm up while you can. We will deploy soon. Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enough training. Now we face the enemy for real. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone. A fight has started. Get ready to fight. You're up next.
I suppose, but
Looks like we got another one! On the ground!
The Gulag. You'll have to fight to earn redeployment.
I'm just angry now. I'm throwing rocks at anybody.
Soldiers, you failed in life, but I offer you redemption in death. Kill for time to kill!
Running on your top. Sending you back to the front line.
Got lucky on that one.
You've got gas moving in. Positive ID on multiple strongholds. Locations are marked on your attack map. to finish the job.
Oh. Oops. Well, that's how it goes, I guess. I just saw that. I saw it was on CBS. Let's see here. Let's see. CBS News. Let's see. There's something about the extent, like this being the 20th anniversary of the challenge. I believe it was the Challenger. The Challenger explosion, or the shuttle that exploded. And I am just like, I'm thinking, like, as I look back at my life, I'm like, that's not like an event that stands out to me. Like I kind of semi remember it happening. Like I think I was in school. I think I was in school at the time, but I can't like distinctly say, oh yeah, I was in this class and I was in this event, you know, or like there's nothing that really like, you know, can like distinct that stands out. Like I could tell you absolutely like where I was when 9/11 happened, you know, but this just didn't seem that like ingrained in my mind. But I mean, nonetheless, it's still a tragedy, but it's just not something that I recall that well. But it's just interesting, like how quickly time passes, and like that sort of dynamic of like, or that sort of thing of where it's like certain things, even though this is like this is a big deal, like, you know, it's something that space shuttles didn't blow up all the time, but you know, it's just strange how like some things like 9/11 was kind of ingrained into our minds, like those people who were around at that time, and then, you know, certain events like this where it's like it's a tragedy, but it doesn't seem to have that sort of lasting impact. I don't know. It's just interesting. I'm sure, and for it probably could be, you know, absolutely different for somebody else, like who's either in the same age range as me, or like maybe even someone who's slightly younger or older. Maybe they remember this tragedy more so than I do. You know, maybe they have people that they knew people that were actually part of that program. I don't know. That's just an interesting experience that, you know, we all kind of have that sort of different things affect us differently. But I mean, that sounds so simple, but I'm a simple person. Yeah. I don't know about you, but like, and this is kind of just switch topics to a little something lighter, but I don't know if you ever get those on your Instagram feed where you get those games that you get advertisements. I'm sure you do. I'm sure if you get if you're on Instagram, you get advertisements, but you get advertisements for different games and stuff. And there's always these games that they promote that are always like, whoever they recorded playing was just 100% like just garbage, like just completely the worst like decision making. Yeah, you obviously, if you're watching this, you're probably saying that is the pot calling the kettle black. I mean, who am I to talk? But like sometimes I'm like, I know when if I were to play these games, I wouldn't make the same horrible decisions. Like, you know, there's one where it's like it's a math. You know, if it like there's two options, like you either add 10 years or divide your current number by 2 years, and it like de-evolves your character by 2 years or whatever. Or if you go add 10 years, it advances your character. And they always end up like choosing the worst options. Like, I just don't understand like the marketing idea behind that, but whatever. It's just always so baffling. The only one game that I actually remember is like this, or that I've seen that's kind of interesting, is this, like there's a Army Men. I remember that game. Like there was a game that came out that was like they made it like where you played with like the little green and tan action figures, and but there was a game that was like, before they kind of turned it into kind of a kids game, there was a game where it was like actually ingrained, like you were playing in like a real sandbox kind of world, like where you had like grass and dirt and all this stuff, whereas now it's like they've made it so it's like you're in a kid's playground, play like in his or her room, you know. I don't know, something about that just like I don't know, takes away a little bit of the immersion element, but I don't know. Anyway, back at it. I'm just trying to get a little more comfortable with talking, so hopefully it adds another element to this experience, so you're just not like, maybe get to know me a little bit more, and you also get to see, while you see me play, you get to, you know, hear kind of my thoughts on certain things. And I'm gonna try to keep it light on certain stuff. I mean, I don't want to be like I just, like I said before, I'm not really, I don't feel like sometimes I'm adding value when I'm talking about controversial stuff. So yeah, anyway, hopefully, you know, having these sort of like share my thoughts on like different maybe sports or video games and stuff like that, I maybe get to know me, and to some degree, and then also like you can maybe it enhances the game, like the experiences you watch this stuff too. There's a headline that reads, a boy ordered $1,000 worth of takeout from Grubhub on his dad's phone. Not only is that kid, like this kid looks like he's probably, I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 years old. That kid's grounded for until he's late 90s. Wow.
Check your gear and weapons. We go soon. Enemy dropping into the AO. Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
Get ready to jump! 5 seconds!
Battle Royale. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone.
Marking contract.
Primary objective is to eliminate all targets.
What's my secondary objective? Ray, come on, dude.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground!
You're in the Gulag. Fight for your chance to redeploy.
Probably was like the first person to die. Oh, nope, there's somebody right here. Oop. Good dude. Whoa. Come on now. You could be your teammates in the Gulag, and then you'd be like, oh, regret.
Soldiers, you failed in life, but I offer you redemption in death. Kill for full enter, unless I send in my God and he kills you for my entertainment.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is on Disney Plus now. That's awesome. That's exciting. I'm probably the I don't go to movie theaters a lot. I don't know. I used to it's not my thing. Like, I don't dislike going to movies. It's just not really my thing to go into movies. Like, I'll go to a movie if I can get if I go early enough, and it's for me the best experience of going to a movie is like going to a movie and there's like nobody in the theater with me, and it's just like 100% by myself. Like, I like that's my favorite thing to do is like, so there was a place I used to live in. It was kind of a small town, and they had a single theater, and I would go I would have days off work, and I would go in early, like first showing during the middle of the week, or like maybe in the beginning of the week too, and I would get there early and buy those tickets because nobody would be there, you know. So I'd go and watch movies by myself, and it was awesome. Or I'd take if I took vacation, I'd go like to a late show, and there would be hardly anybody in there, and it's just the best thing like in the world to me is like going to a movie theater and there not being anybody around. I mean, I'll go to a movie theater. It just sometimes like I like just that 100% silence. I love and then like it's also like if you get to like some people like who might talk, like some of my experiences like with older people like have had like where they talk to the movies, and it's like they'll ask like what's going on, and it's like, well, Margaret, if you just watched the movie you would understand. Come on now. But or like somebody might sit behind you or sit next to you, and they're like scraping the bottom of the candy box. Like, that drives me nuts. Like, there's nothing left. It's over. It's empty. Please stop. But so I don't know. That's just stuff. Those are like little pet peeves, I guess. I don't know. But as of late, like, I just kind of feel like, especially after COVID hit, I just kind of feel like it's been a lot better just to wait till it releases on streaming service. I can watch it at my own pace, like watch it at my own time, and I don't have to get dressed. I can go just come out to the living room and just hang out, watch a movie, and just kind of chill. And I can always pause it so I can go to the bathroom. Especially those long movies that are like 3 hours long, like Avengers Endgame. Can't do it. Well, I can, but my legs are shaking. I've got to go to the bathroom so bad, but anyway, we'll get back into it. Enough about me going to the bathroom. So they had talked, like, James Gunn had just talked about the Henry Cavill's short-lived return. Superman last year was saying the actor was dicked around by DC. Reported by a Hollywood Reporter, Gunn reiterated that at the press event that Cavill wasn't fired, he was just not hired. But they added that the DC DC telling him to announce his return as Superman, only to have it revoked 6 weeks later, was somewhat unfair. I like Henry. This is James Gunn speaking. I like Henry. I think he's a great guy. Gunn said, I think he's just getting dicked around by a lot of people, including the former regime at this company. But this Superman is not Henry for a number of reasons.
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment. Training is over. Time to see what you have learned.
I think I've learned nothing. Honestly.
You got 5 seconds. Good luck down there.
Battle Royale. You've got gas closing in fast. Get to the safe zone. Eliminate all targets in the AO. Enemy soldier incoming. Hostile UAV
Mortar
in the
support
area.
incoming.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground!
This is the Gulag. You'll have to fight to earn redeployment.
Impact, no hits.
Soldiers, you failed in life, but I offer you redemption in death. Kill your way back to life. One of us will die soon, or you all will. Forward!
Gas is moving. Be advised, Intel has located multiple strongholds.
Enemy UAV active.
Marking new safe zone.
Enemy UAV overhead.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
1-1, requesting recon at this time.
Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online. Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
One requesting recon at this time.
Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online. Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Learn from the loss. Failure is a wise teacher.
Well, that didn't go well. I just feel like I'm gradually getting, not gradually, it's just a complete drop off. Like I finished in the top 20 on the first round, or the first game, and then I crapped out. It's okay. It's just how it is, and that's alright. I'm enjoying it. And I was gonna say before the game started, I was gonna say, like, I do think it's kind of, we were talking about the James Gunn saying how basically, get through all this crap, how the DC was, their regime, if you will, was kind of screwing over Henry Cavill, and it's like, I mean, I feel like that's true. I mean, he dropped, I think he's dropped out of playing The Witcher so he could return as Superman, and it's kind of like, so not only did you, I mean, you kind of cost him Netflix series, but then now you got like the lost opportunity with returning back as a beloved character. Something that people, I think a lot of people liked him as Superman. He's got the right build for it, and he's got the right demeanor. But you know, he'll be fine. I mean, it's not like he's going anywhere, and I think that's gonna be good for the future of like he's got plenty of opportunities. And if you want to do more superhero movies, absolutely. He's I think somebody had tweeted out a while ago, like something like "Welcome to the MCU" or something like that. You know, I mean, he'd be great. I mean, any role that I think, you know, he'd feel like that would fit, like him. You know, obviously the one that stands out to me the most is Captain. What was it, Captain? I know it's not. Basically, Captain Britain. Is that right? That doesn't sound right, but. Yeah, I think it's Captain. I'm gonna look it up just to make sure I'm not like. Yeah, Captain Britain. I mean, obviously, right now I'm loving. Was it Haley Atwell as the current version, and I think she's the man. She's not in It's not the 616. She's in another universe. Well, she got, spoiler, killed off in the. But hopefully they bring her back for other additional movies. Like I loved her. But he could also play another in the multiverse. You know, obviously they could be a multitude of different people, but yeah, there's tons of different characters he could probably play as well. So, but yeah, that definitely, I think, like they DC screwed him over, and it's kind of like, I don't know why, like that just goes to show you that they really hadn't been planning this stuff out. They've been kind of playing it by ear and not really, you know, making goals or setting a single, not single storyline, but just like a cohesive storyline like they did in like at the MCU. I mean, say what you will about the MCU, it's got its faults. It's got storytelling issues, plot holes obviously, but also like there's some stuff like some of the movies aren't that great. I think like some of those, like there's probably only a handful I consider like that are top tier stories, and then, you know, I think the other ones are just, you know, to me I think they're ho-hum. I still like watching them. I love the MCU. I think it's a great, like I think it's great what they've done with it, but you know, some of the movies that they have out, or that they, you know, some of the, like the original Captain America, I didn't really think that was too great, but and then, sorry if you're a Captain America fan, I just felt like they kind of missed the mark on that story. That kind of felt like they spent to me it felt like they spent too much time on the like his like USO tour, like where he was going around being like the spokesperson, and it's like, instead of like him, you know, getting to actually be the, I don't know, I just didn't, to me it felt like they could have gone a different direction. You know, I felt like they could have, Red Skull could have been a little more established. Like they kind of like, they waited until the very end to have him reveal his face, and it's kind of like his actual, like his Red Skull. I'm like, I just kind of feel like that, like, so you only had like a little blip of screen time with him as the like actual Red Skull, instead of like oh, this is somebody who's they kind of got past that barrier of introduction barrier, and moved right into like him being the villain, instead of kind of just meddling around in the background, it seemed like. Yeah, anyway, good lord, I can hear, like, I don't know if you can hear it, but my upstairs neighbor, obnoxious, like they stomp around, they drag shit all over the place sometimes, and it's just like, dude, I've never lived anywhere where I've had somebody like so loud. But anyway, off topic. I'm gonna be right back. I've got to step away and take care of some stuff for a second, and then I will be back on in just a moment. So, BRB. Sorry about that little bit of wait there. Actually, no apologies needed. I take care of human business, which we all do. And yeah. Anyway. Probably play for a little bit, just a little bit longer. Maybe maybe 1 to 2 more rounds. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'll probably call it a wrap here in a little bit, depending on how long this one goes for. Yeah, we'll see. And then if it is, obviously I'll just be streaming tomorrow, or is tomorrow Thursday, and then at my normal time, try to be on at 6 o'clock every evening, 6 p.m. Central Time, for here in the United States. And then Friday the 3rd, I will be actually try to stream, do a afternoon or early morning stream, and then do an evening stream. Actually have time off from my normal 9 to 5 job, and so yeah, I'll get online and see how that goes. And I don't know what to play. I'll play right now. I'm kind of enjoying this, enjoying the battle royale. So we'll see how that goes. See what's interesting tomorrow, and then but I'll probably more likely play this battle royale tomorrow. Yeah. So, and then Friday, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But with 2 streams, I might mix it up a little bit so I can not have the same monotony or having the same stuff over and over again. But also, it helps add to my playlist. I feel like if I can help curate a collection of different games, I can give something a little more than just the standard Modern Warfare gameplay, and give the viewer something else to watch instead of just rinse and repeat of Battlefield, the same thing or Call of Duty, excuse me, over and over again. It gives a little more something to watch and something else to see, instead of just the same thing over and over. Alright, let's get into it. Hopefully do better this time. I try to not land so close to people, just because it helps me get my bearings, and it also allows me to kind of focus, basically get that focus in. Let's see here.
for deployment. Take this time to warm up. Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Warm-up is over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone. Closing on your position. Suggest you get moving. Enemy down. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV overhead. You're losing ground. Strongholds located. Targets are marked on your attack map. Enemy UAV active.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground! This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win.
We're in the Gulag. Fight for your chance to redeploy.
Probably the dude I killed.
In the Gulag, I make the rules. Kill to escape. Die, and you never. Clock is ticking. To kill. This is the send someone in who will.
What's that about? Well, that didn't go well at all. I just, yeah, obviously didn't pay attention to the zone.
Check your gear and weapons. We go soon. Enough training. Now we face the enemy for real. Battle Royale. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone. Target set up. Get to work.
Mid-caliber rounds!
Gas is closing in.
Like the cluster mine!
Positive ID on multiple strongholds. Locations are marked on your attack map. hostile UAV in the area.
ISO geek, good job.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground!
This is the Gulag. You'll have to fight to earn redeployment.
Soldiers, your pathetic lives belong to me now. There is only one way to win them back. Time to kill! One will take those eyes soon, or you all will!
You lost the fight. Return to base. We lost that one, but we'll come back stronger next time.
I wish there was a bit like a faster way to get back into the game. Like in the previous Modern Warfare, you could I remember on playing Resurgence, it allowed you to say play again after a few seconds, and it's like I wish that option was there because it's so nice. Like I especially if you just want to jump right back into it, which also reminds me that they it looks like they released a new map, the pictures of the new map, and a little bit of maybe footage. So it looks pretty interesting. I saw some other people who had streamed it on YouTube, and it looks like there's like a it looks like a smaller island than Al Mazrah, but it looks good. It looks interesting. So I look forward to playing that Resurgence, and then also playing DMZ on that too. So.
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment. Enemy dropping into the AO. Practice is over. The real fight begins now. Battle Royale. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone. Enemy soldier incoming. You're clear to engage all targets.
I need pistol rounds!
Enemy UAV active. Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone. Loadout drop headed your way. Gas is moving.
Target area marked. You're cleared hot.
Copy that. Longbow 3-1 is on station. Strike inbound. Shot Smith, no joy.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. UAV overhead. Gas is closing in.
Mortar support incoming!
Copy that. Mortar strike inbound.
Lactic cluster mine!
No effect on target.
hostile UAV in the area. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone. Gas is inbound. The fight is over. Now it's a ghost town.
One requesting recon at this time.
Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the AO.
Enemy UAV overhead. Only 25 left. Keep up the good work. You got gas moving in.
UAV is bingo fuel. RTB at this time.
Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies. got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. Top 10. Well done. Remaining. Only 5 remained. You were close to victory. Gas is closing. Locating the safe zone. Gas is inbound.
Well, I think that is gonna do it for me today. Yeah, it was good. I mean, towards the end there, I think, like, I might have spent, like, I think if I, like, just slowed down just for a second and maybe had taken a little bit, just a fraction of a second, a little bit longer to look through some of those people's bags, I could have maybe gotten a better mask. I think mine was pretty much done with. I got one that had like 16%. That didn't really help me too much. And then I guess, like, for me, it's kind of like I rush into the safe zone, which is ironic because it's not very safe, because it's like right in the dead center of like where everybody's looking. So I need to ease up, like, rushing into the zone. The problem is I mean also I didn't have anything like stims. That would have helped out at least for to while I was in the gas to avoid some damage done. But I mean, overall though, I mean, it was a good time. I mean, I had fun, so it's kind of had a good time. I think, I mean, rushing into it as that like kind of rushing into the center, being in the safe zone, or at least being somewhat more in it, or near it, or I think I was actually in it. Like didn't help me because I like kind of put my position like expose myself to the enemy players. Like I couldn't even tell where that first shot came. Like that person that was, I think they were like directly in front of me, but I couldn't see them. And the snap didn't see anything. So, and then I kind of when I moved back around to the backside, I basically ran right into somebody who was just sitting in a bush. So, you just slow up. I think, but it was crazy. I was kind of like right in the middle of two different that, and I shouldn't have rushed in with the right as the thermite, even though it didn't necessarily hurt. Like I don't know. I mean obviously I made mistakes, but just try to learn from that, and hopefully if you watched me play, you saw what I did, and you're in a similar situation, you learned, you're like, oh, I should slow up, and I should not rush into the safe zone so quickly. Maybe sit in the gas for a second, get a better position. So I don't know. Anyway, I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more, as always, subscribe if you want to. Really do appreciate you if you watch this after, and if you were watching this the whole time, I appreciate you. Anyway, I hope you have a good evening or a good day, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.